Hello, friends. Old friends, new friends. Thank you for joining, if you're joining for the first time, and thank you for coming again. Also, thank you if you're watching this later, because there's no time involved with this. There is just desire and an action of the heart involved. And we have friends from around the world, because we live in one. We have friends from, well, Rachel McBride is always the first name that I see. Raymond Feeler. We have Lynn from Vermont, USA. We have Carl from Pittsburgh, PA. Robin is with us. Lynn, Spiritual Odyssey from Tennessee. Akai from Peru. From Romania, we have Michaela. And, oh, it just slipped on me here. Colorado, Netherlands, Germany, Fort Myers. More from USA. From the UK. Someone's asking if it's their internet that they're not hearing me. I think it's your internet. Florida. We got lots of friends now. This is great. Okay. First, I would like to share something with you to get us ready to do what we're going to do together, which is to immerse ourselves in the light that is in this book. But the means that we're using to tune that light in is the connection between us, especially the awareness of the connection between us. I can't see you. You can see me, but you can't see each other. So the sense that this is not just you looking at a picture or just you and this face, but that there are many of us all here, all doing this thing at the same time, and what it is that we're doing. This is the thing that we want to get some kind of a sensation of. So I want to share this with you. You may not have been able to hear me, so I switch back. I'll just read this quote. There is nothing more natural than coming into contact with one's maker. This is Bala Salam in the writings of the last generation. There's nothing more natural than coming into contact with one's maker. In fact, every creature has contact with his maker. As it is written, the whole earth is full of his glory, except that one does not know and doesn't feel it. Actually, one who attains contact with him attains only the awareness. I'm going to read that again. Actually, one who attains contact with him attains only the awareness. It is as though one has a treasure in his pocket and he doesn't know it. Along comes another who tells him what's in his pocket, and now he's really become rich. So we are unaware of the Creator, of the actual reality, just like a person is dreaming, experiencing all sorts of events, believing oneself to be awake, and that's the way that this world is. The only thing that we attain when we attain contact with the upper is the awareness that we're in that contact. That's where it lives in the heart, in the vessel that we create, in the need that we create. Doing it with others now tells us that there's a treasure in our pocket, because we can see in the others and feel in our connection with the others that it is a shared reality with them too. It doesn't mean they have to agree with us. They don't have to describe it in any particular way to us. And even if they do, it won't sound like what it feels like to us, to me. But we know that it is the same treasure. The difficulty that we have with this is that we get very stuck on a particular level of reality. We get stuck in words. We get stuck on assumptions, on habits, and on a particular quality. And every word that is in the Zohar is speaking about an opposite quality, and it's describing something that to our way of reasoning doesn't really exist in that way, or if it does exist, it's not related in that way, because the way that we think and the basis of our mind is in a particular quality. And so we find that, and I say this each time that we meet, the words of the Zohar reveal as much as they hide. They hide as much as they reveal. And it depends on the reason why we are gathering together, what we want out of it, and how aware we are that we're doing this with other people. So I want to play for you before we start and really focus on this. I want to play you a video of a very tight sort of explanation of what we're dealing with when we deal with the words of the Zohar.
Good afternoon, everyone. Really happy to see you. If there's one thing I love, it's a packed lecture hall. So you all understand me, right? Speaking in English, everybody here speaks English. The Zohar is written in Aramaic. Aramaic was a language spoken in the Middle East about 2,000 years ago. If I talk to you in Aramaic or if I read the book in Aramaic, we're not going to understand. But English you're going to get, right? Right? Okay. I'm going to open this book. I'm going to translate something in English. Let's get inside. Further, he descended and struck the line. Initially, when this river rolled its waters down, Israel was in a state of perfection, for they offered up gifts and sacrifices to atone for their sins and to save their souls. Then the image of a lion would descend from above, and they would see it on the altar as it trampled the bodies of the sacrifices, devouring them all, and all the dogs would fall to silence. Get it? Good. Language is a system of symbols that point to concepts, arranging them in patterns that communicate meaning. Great, but what's meaning? For us, sensation is meaning. At our core, sensation is the only thing we get or don't get about what we read. The words of every language on earth are about sensations that come from relating to objects. Even our words for emotions are only about things. If you're hungry, it's not just hungry. You're hungry for a salad. You're hungry for something. There's always a thing associated with that feeling. But what if you're expressing sensations that come from relating to forces that manage this world? Forces that aren't things, but influences you can't see, because by definition, an influence is above or beyond the things that it influences. And what if you're writing a book? Because what you want to do is make it possible for people in this world to enter those sensations, to enter those forces that can't be described by thing words. The only way to cross that dimension is to use words that you can relate to. Use words from this world, but use them and work backwards up to the world of those influences. This is what the Kabbalists did when they wrote the Zohar. They created a cross-dimensional language called the language of branches. So, the world we live in is the world of outcomes. Everything we see, everything that happens here, is the result of what already happened here. Down here is time, space, and our world. People, places, things, the objects and events of this world. It includes your feelings, it includes your thoughts. This is the outside of existence, the branch level of reality. These are the forces that manage the objects. This is the inside of existence, the causal, the root level of reality. There's nothing on the branch level that isn't the direct result of an upper force. It's said there's not a blade of grass that doesn't have an angel above it that strikes it and tells it to grow. These forces, they're expressions of a single giving field of intention that never changes. And this type of intention is the only thing that can create. The branch has no power in itself. It's all just raw material. It's like the wax after the imprint of a seal. The only thing it can be is what the seal imprinted into it. Boom. It's too late. It can't change anything. The raw material, it's the will to receive. It doesn't have its own existence. It only exists as a result of the upper force. So, the only way to change anything is to rise to the root level. But, until I start sensing the fixed upper intention, I can't escape this world. In the Zohar, names of people, David, Sarah, Pharaoh, places, the temple, a field, things, a sin, a chariot, a lion, an angel. They're all inner states of a person, advancing from the branch to the root level. I know. We get freaked out. We get confused by our religious conditioning. It's hard not to respond this way, but you've got to unlearn that response. It's like a manual on quantum physics, but we're using emotional rather than technical language, because that's how we're going to connect to the upper forces, with sensation, with desire, not with the mind. Okay?
He descended and struck the lion.
The state of Bina, the force of giving, the upper creative.
Initially, when this river rolled its waters down,
Reaction of the root level.
Israel was in a state of perfection,
Your desire to be connected to the upper force is able to make the connection.
for they offered up gifts and sacrifices to atone for their sins and to save their souls.
When you have a sincere need to rise above a part of your inner animal egoism.
Then the image of a lion would descend from above, and they would seat on the altar as it trampled the bodies of the sacrifices, devouring them all.
Only because you want to draw closer to the upper force, to give to it rather than doing it for yourself.
And all the dogs would fall to silence.
And this happens despite the doubts your ego gives you. Learning this language is the same thing as rising to the upper world. By becoming inwardly like these sensations, it makes us able to know what's going to happen tomorrow. Because tomorrow is what we intended. Okay, that's it for today. Remember, you don't have to study, but you do have to learn.
So, I don't know how easy it is for you to read it, those of you who are reading, but I've put 2 pages together so that I don't have to scroll it and make people dizzy. You don't need to read it. I'll read it for you. Just immerse into our connection above the will to receive. VaYera, the Lord appeared. It is written, the buds appear on the earth. When the Creator created the world, He placed in the earth all of the power it deserves, but it did not bear fruit until man was created. When man was created, everything appeared in the world, and the land revealed the fruits and forces that were deposited in it. And then it was said, the buds appear on the earth. Similarly, the heaven did not endow the earth with force until man came. As it is written, no shrub of the field was yet in the earth, for the Lord God had not sent rain upon the earth. Thus all those offshoots were not revealed in it, and the heavens halted and did not pour rain upon the earth, since man was absent, for he was not yet found and created. Thus everything was delayed from appearing because of him. When man appeared, the buds immediately appeared in the land, and the hidden forces appeared and were placed in it. The time for singing has arrived, for the midnight correction has been corrected, of song and of praises to sing before the Creator. This did not exist prior to man's creation, and the voice of the turtle dove was heard in our land. This is the speaking of the Creator, who was not present in the world prior to man's creation. When man was present, everything was present. Who shall ascend unto the mountain of the Lord, and who shall stand in his holy place? All the people of the world do not see why they are in the world. They do not observe so as to know for what purpose they are living in the world, and the days go by and never return. And all those days that people live in the world rise and stand before the Creator, for they were all created, and they are real. When a person in this world does not watch and does not consider why he's alive, but considers each day as walking in a void, when the soul departs this world, she does not know which way it is being lifted. This is so because the way up, to where the illumination of the high soul shines, the Garden of Eden, is not given to all the souls. Rather, as one draws upon himself in this world, the soul continues to walk after she departs him. If that person follows the Creator and desires him in this world, later, when he passes away from this world, he follows the Creator too, and is given a way to rise to the place where the souls shine due to the craving that his desire followed every day in this world. According to the direction of a person's desire in this world, he draws upon himself the desire from above, similar to the desire that had become attached to him. If his desire aims for a sublime and holy thing, he extends upon himself the same thing from above downwards. And if his desire is to cling to the Sitra Achra, which means to the other side, and he aims for it, he extends that thing upon himself from above downwards. And they said that as extending something from above depends primarily upon the speech, the act, and the desire to adhere. This draws from above the same side that had clung to him. Similarly, when one wishes to adhere to the Holy Spirit above, it depends on the act, the speech, and on the aiming of the heart to that thing. So one will be able to draw it from above downwards and adhere to it. And they said that a person is pulled out when he leaves this world by what attracts him in this world. And he's attached and attracted in the world of truth to what he's been attached and attracted to in this world. If it's holiness, and if it's impurity, impurity. If it is holiness, he pulls to the side of holiness. It clings to him above, and he becomes appointed as a servant to serve before the Creator among all the angels. Also, he adheres above and stands among those holy ones, as it is written, and I will grant you access among those who are standing here. Similarly, if he clings to impurity in this world, he's pulled to the side of impurity and becomes as one of them, adhering to them. These are called damagers to people. And when one passes away from this world, he's taken and submerged in hell, that someplace where the impure ones who have defiled themselves and their spirits and then clung to them are judged. And he becomes a damager, as one of those damagers in this world. Reminding you, don't let the separated words and the meaning in your reason and your habit tempt you to see these things as that. Every word here is a light and a helper. When Adam HaRishon sinned, he sinned with the tree of knowledge of good and evil, as it is written, but of the tree of the knowledge, and he sinned in it, caused death to the whole world. It's written, and now he might reach out his hand and take from the tree of life as well, and eat and live forever. And when Abraham came, he corrected the world with the other tree, the tree of life, and announced the faith to all of the people in the world. Her husband is known in the gates. The Creator rose in his honor, since he is hidden and concealed in great transcendence. There is no one, nor was there ever anyone in the world who could perceive his wisdom. Hence none can perceive his wisdom because he's hidden and concealed and is transcended above and beyond. And all the upper ones and lower ones cannot attain him until they all say, "Blessed be the glory of the Lord in his place." The lower ones say that divinity is above, as it is written, "The glory is above the heavens." And the upper ones say that divinity is below. It is written, "Your glory is above all the earth," until all the upper and lower ones say, "Blessed be the glory of the Lord in his place." Because he is unknown, and there's never been anyone who could perceive him, you will say her husband is known in the gates. Her husband is known in the gates is the Creator who is known and attained by what each assumes in his heart, to the extent that he can attain by spirit of wisdom. Thus, according to that which one assumes in one's heart, he's known in his heart. This is why it is written, known in the gates. In those measures, which means the same as the word gates in Hebrew, that each assumes in his heart, but it should be properly known that there's no one who can attain and know him. Her husband is known in the gates. What are gates? It is written, "Lift up your heads, O gates." By these gates, which are high degrees, by them is the Creator known. Were it not for these gates, they would not be able to attain in him. There is no one who can know man's soul except by these organs of the body and those degrees of the body that disclose the actions of the soul. For this reason, the soul is known and unknown, known through the organs of the body and unknown in its own essence. Similarly, the Creator is known and unknown, as he is a soul to a soul, a spirit to a spirit, hidden and concealed from all. But one who's rewarded with these gates, the upper degrees that are doors to the soul, to him the Creator is known. Thus he is known through the upper degrees, which are his actions, and is unknown in his own essence. There is a door to a door and a degree to a degree, and from them is the glory of the Creator known. And the door of the tent is the door of tzedek, of justice, which is malchut. As it is written, "Open to me the gates of justice." This is the first door by which to enter in attainment. Through this door all the other upper doors are seen. And one who is rewarded with this door is rewarded with attaining it, and all the other doors with it, since they are all on it. And now that the bottom door, and Yeah, and now that the bottom door called the tent door and the door of justice is unknown because Israel is in exile, all the doors depart from it, and they cannot know and attain. But when Israel come out of exile, all of the upper degrees will be on the door of tzedek as they should. And when the world will know the sublime and precious wisdom that they have never known before, as it is written, and the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of Chokhmah and Bina, they are all destined to be on that bottom door, which is the tent door, Malchut. And they are all destined to be on the Messiah King to sentence the world, as it is written, but with justice shall he judge the poor. One who is rewarded with righteousness with people when there is din or judgment in the world, the Creator remembers that righteousness that he performed, because at any time when a person is rewarded, it's registered. So for him above. Hence, even while there is din in the world, the Creator remembers the good that he has done and was rewarded with people. As it is written, righteousness delivers from death. People should consider the deeds of the Creator and engage in Torah day and night. Anyone who engages in Torah, the Creator is praised by him above and praised by him below, for the Torah is a tree of life for all who engage in it, to give them life in this world and give them life in the next world. And these are the nations which the Lord left to test Israel by them. I was looking at that eternal world, and the world stood only on those righteous that reign in their heart's desire. It is said he appointed it in Joseph for a testimony. Why was Joseph rewarded with that virtue and kingship? For he had conquered his inclination. This is because we learned that all who reign their inclination, the kingdom of heaven awaits them. Remember all the other people here. Remember our connection and that it's above our inclination. It's in the place where all the doors are. Open that one in your heart and we can see all of the other doors. He turns for reasons in his tactics that they may do. The Creator causes reasons in the world and brings destructive lights to do his deeds, and then turns them around and makes them in a different way. It is the conduct of the Creator to first bring destructive lights that destruct, and then turn them around and correct them. How does he turn them? The Creator executes tactics and causes reason to turn them until they are not as the previous ones, that they may do. Means according to what the people may do. He turns those actions according to the deeds that they may do. Thus the people's actions induce turning those deeds in all that the Creator commands them on the earth, that they receive all kinds of forms in the world by the merit of people's actions. The Creator caused the reasons and the deeds in the world so that everything will be done properly, and everything comes out and extends below in the world from the essence and the root above. As long as one engages in Torah, divinity comes and joins. It is all the more so when traveling along the way, divinity comes and puts herself ahead walking before the people who have been rewarded with the faith of the Creator. Man is created in utter wickedness and lowliness, as it is written, when a wild ass's foal is born a man, and all the vessels in one's body, the senses and the qualities, and especially the thought, serve him only wickedness and nothingness all day. And for one who is rewarded with adhering to him, the Creator does not create other tools instead, to be worthy and suitable for reception of the eternal spiritual abundance intended for him. Rather, the same lowly vessel that have thus far been used for the filthy and loathsome way are inverted to become a vessel of reception of all of the pleasantness and eternal gentleness. Moreover, each kli whose deficiencies had become the greatest has now become the most important. In other words, the measure that they reveal is the greatness. It is so much so that if he had a kli, a vessel in his body, and he had no deficiencies, it would now become seemingly redundant, or it doesn't serve him in any way. It's like a vessel of wood or clay. The greater its deficiency, meaning its carving, the greater its capacity, and the greater its importance. And this applies to the upper worlds as well, since no revelation is dispensed upon the worlds except through concealed discernments. And by the measure of concealment in a degree, so is the measure of revelations in it, which is given to the world. If there's no concealment in it, it cannot bestow a thing. When the days of the Messiah draw near, even infants in the world will find the secrets of the wisdom, to know in them the ends and the calculations of redemption. At that time, it will be revealed to all. The new Zohar. VaYera, the Lord appeared. And Abraham was and will be. Will be is 30 in Gematria. One day, Rabbi Shimon went out and saw the world dark and murky with its light hidden. He said to Rabbi Elazar, "Come, let us see what the Creator wants." They went and they found an angel who was like a big mountain emitting 30 flames of fire from his mouth. Rabbi Shimon said to him, "What do you wish to do?" He replied, "I want to destroy the world, because there aren't 30 righteous in the generation. For so the Creator decreed about Abraham. And Abraham was and will be is 30 in Gematria." Rabbi Shimon said to him, "Please go to the Creator and tell him Rabbi Shimon is in the world, whose merit is as great as 30 righteous." The angel went to the Creator and told him, "Lord of the world, it is revealed before you that Rabbi Shimon said to me." What Rabbi Shimon said to me? The Creator replied to him, "Go destroy the world and do not look at Rabbi Shimon." When he came, Rabbi Shimon saw the angel. He told him, "If you do not go to the Creator on my behalf, I will sentence that you will not enter the heaven, and you will be in the place of Azza and Azael, whom the Creator dropped from heaven to earth. When you come before the Creator, tell him, and if there aren't 30 righteous in the world, there will be 20. For so it is written, I will not destroy it for the 20's sake. And if there aren't 20, there will be 10. For afterwards it is written, I will not destroy it for the sake of 10. And if there aren't 10, there will be 2, who are me and my son, for so it is written, by the mouth of 2 witnesses shall the matter be established. And there is no matter but the world, as it is written, by the word of the Lord were the heavens made. And if there aren't 2 of them, then there is 1, and I am he. As it is written, and the righteous is the foundation of the world. At that time a voice came forth from heaven and said, Happy are you, Rabbi Shimon, that the Creator sentences above and you revoke below. It is written about you, he will do the will of those who fear him. Yes. That was rather lovely. Let's see if there are things from the friends here that we can share or answer. No, mostly is I'm trying to understand this. Jacob, hi, I don't know if he's writing this to me. Is this the spot where one could embody the typograph of the name of Shalom, etc., from above and carry the course of the day along the timeline? I feel that I can't say that I truly understand what you're saying. It's definitely everything that we read really lined up with I wasn't aware of this when we put it together with the root and branch and our access through what you would call faith or connection. That even a small piece of that in the heart, even intending in that direction, already opens all the doors and makes the thing that's wanted in the heart also the thing that is on the root level of reality. It draws that to us because once we're doing that, we're not really on the branch level anymore. We're already in the only creative quality that there is, which is these forms of bestowal. Friends are enjoying this. Good. We're enjoying each other. Beautiful. I caught the tail end of the lesson in this passage. Well, we're not done yet. We've got more to go. Just coming up for air. This it's beautiful in that it's describing what the upper one wants, what it's like to seek that, and by what means we seek it. This vessel that we're creating by connecting with each other and wanting the light to be revealed is allowing the expression to have meaning for us. It's actually describing us. The Zohar describes what is happening in the moment is the wrong word, but it is the present. It is the action. It's describing the action of trying to connect with the upper one through connecting and appreciating the gift of the medium of this world that he's given us. The medium of this world is other people. It's all emotion. So as we read this, we begin to see a reflection of our own effort and the action of the heart that we're taking right now. It's given to us in a beautiful and structured way, and even a reassurance of yes, we are in contact with what we want to be in contact with. Let's go back for a little more reading, because that's what we're here to do. Chayei, the life of Sarah. The shape of Adam HaRishon and his beauty were as the brightness of the upper firmament over all the firmaments, and as that light that the Creator had concealed for the righteous for the next world. Happy are the righteous in the next world, for the Torah in their hearts is as a great fountain. Even when it's blocked, the abundance of water breaks through and opens springs in all directions. Abraham has drawn near to the Creator. All his days, this was his wish, to draw near him. Abraham did not draw near on one day or at one time, but his good deeds drew him near every single day from degree to degree until he ascended in his degree. When he was old, he properly entered the high degrees, as it is written, and Abraham was old. Then he was advanced in days, in those high days, those days that are known as faith. And the Lord had blessed Abraham in everything, meaning Yesod, the upper Abba Ve'ima, called everything, from which all the blessings and good emerges, for its abundance never ceases. Happy are the penitents, for in 1 hour, in 1 day, in 1 moment, they draw near the Creator. This is not so even for complete righteous, for they draw near to the Creator over several years. Abraham did not enter those high days until he was old, and so was David. As it is written, now King David was old and advanced in days, but a penitent immediately enters and adheres to the Creator. Where penitents stand in that world, the complete righteous have no permission to stand, since they're closer to the King than anyone, and they draw the abundance from above with more intention in the heart and with greater force to draw near the King. The Creator has several corrected places in that world, and in all of them there are abodes for the righteous, to each according to his appropriate degree. Happy are the righteous, for much good awaits them in that world, and there's not more intrinsic place for all of those righteous as those who know their Master and know how to adhere to him every day. And those who are remote from receiving a word of wisdom and wait for it, understand the heart of the matter, and to know their Master. Those are the ones in whom the Creator is praised every day. They are the ones who come among the upper holy ones, and they're the ones who enter all the upper gates, and there is no one to protest against them. Happy are they in this world and in the next. Anyone who knows his true name knows that he is one and his name is one. He is the Creator, and his name is one refers to divinity. As it is written, in that day shall the Lord be one and his name one, meaning the name divinity. He, Zeranpin, and Zeranpin are one. When the sages of truth clarified the secrets of the writings, the very degrees that the writings speak of come to those sages at that time and present themselves so as to be made revealed. Had it not been for their assistance, they would not have had the power to reveal any secret. When the Creator revives the dead, all those souls that will awaken before him will all stand before him, shapes upon shapes, in the very same shape they had had in this world, and the Creator will call them by names. As it is written, he calls them all by name, and each soul will come into its place in the body, and they will be revived in the world as they should be. Then the world will be complete. Open my eyes that I may see the wonders of your law, from your law. How foolish are people, for they do not know and do not consider engaging in the Torah. But the Torah is the whole of life, and every freedom and every goodness in this world and in the next. Life in this world is to be rewarded with all their days in this world, as it is written. The number of thy days will be fulfilled, and he will be rewarded with long days in the next world. For it is perfect life, a life of joy, a life without sadness, life that is life, freedom in this world and liberation from everything. For everyone who engages in Torah, all the nations of the world cannot rule over him. And when the Creator visits his nation to deliver them from exile, the assembly of Israel, divinity will return from exile first and go to the temple, since first the temple will be built for the gathering of the nations where there is the presence of divinity. This is why divinity comes out of exile first. And the Creator will tell her, "Rise up from the dust." And divinity will reply, "Where will I go? My house is ruined, my palace burned by the fire." And the Creator will build the temple from the start. He will erect the palace and will build the city of Jerusalem. And then he will raise divinity from the dust. Oh, some questions here. Southern Sass says, feels as though I'm finding a love letter left for me by the Creator. Indeed. Robin says, we are going closer to tension of temptation to feel separate from the surrounding world appears like a challenging angel. The sensation of separation is a challenging angel. It's the force of the creation itself, which is the will to receive. It's good because, as said in what we read, the depth of the vessel, the capacity of the vase, of the vase, is the capacity of the light that it can later contain. And all this stuff about the resurrection and all that, this is just these two levels of root and branch, and how they eventually, even the branch level, because of our desire and the vessel that we build in connection with each other, functions for exactly the same reason and in the same way as the root level. And all of that is revealed in the sensation that it is so. And it's by the efforts that we put in that direction that reality is confirmed. There is a judgment above, and then there is how it's turned through the acts of the human heart for good, because it develops the human heart. Question, Jacob is asking a question here. It's phrased in a way I can't quite get. If that is as I am, a penitent, does that mean that I have found Yahad One near Elohim? No. Don't try to figure this out. Don't use your brain in that way. You experienced what you experienced, and you can't fit it into a schema like that. It's in our response to the light and to the words and to the people that are here with us. You felt a closeness. This is the sum of everything. Patricia is asking, is a penitent never to become a righteous? Can we say a righteous has no wants? No, a penitent is higher than a righteous. It's a higher degree. There is no holding on to any past attainment, any past connection, or any past form. A penitent is aware of their vessel, is aware of what they lack, and is constantly calling out to Creator. This is like constant prayer. That's being in Torah day and night. It means a penitent is constantly on the way because of their awareness of the need of the root level of the upper force to do the correction. And to be in contact with it means to be asking for it as a need in the heart. That's a higher place than simply justifying the Creator, which is what a tzaddik, what a righteous is. That no matter what appears, everything is justified. He's always working above reason. But this is even higher than above reason. The penitent means that I am constantly clinging in my need. The word and the presence of the Creator is a reality to me because I will not turn anywhere else. So my reality as a penitent is only the Creator. So that's one. That's his he and his name. We are his name, basically. Become one. What does it mean? Well, I just explained that to be a penitent. And Jacob says, I thought the text explained it well. I thought so too. Yeah. But, it's hard to constantly pay attention. There's just so much going on inwardly and in our senses, in the ear and so on when we're doing this. I would think that the righteous has the greatest wants, biggest questions. Well, I think I explained already what the basic difference is there. Yes, he does, but not the biggest. The penitent, it's a matter of life and death right now. Debbie is saying, is it the surrender to the divine will, not ours? It is yes, but not just in thought. It's the need to annul. But you can't just annul directly to the divine. You can't do that. The medium which we were given is annulment to others, the service of others. That's the way we measure what's going on inside of us by our ability, or rather our inability, to do such a thing. And then that effort is exactly the same thing as annulling to the Creator's will, because in the end, we're serving them for the same reason that the Creator is serving. And we are doing what he does, and we need only his power because we don't have the power to do that. We need him to do that through us. We need to observe him doing it for us. We need to ask him to do it for us. And as long as we believe in our own agency in this thing, we are still not united with him. Jacob is saying, my mind is overwhelmed. My light is overwhelming. Yeah. How do I form a question? That's a good question. Maybe the best question. Grace is asking, are humans the only creatures that can perform Tzimtzum? And is that why it said all of creation was created for man? That's a way of putting it. Everything else is the law and the action of the Creator. The only thing that is that has the conscious ability to become like the thought of creation, not just serve it. Everything else is like an angel. All the other creatures and levels of creation are pure forces of his love towards us. In the end, this is the turnaround point where it said he creates, he sends darkness or blows to the world, and it gets turned around. It comes to the siyum, to the very end of Malchut, and which is us. And from that, it begins to rise, because we are that point where we don't take for ourselves consciously, but now do His act. And we go to a place which is called higher than the angels. Beautiful. These are good questions. And with that, we are going to end our gathering today. Again, I thank you for joining again. I thank you for the new people who have come, and also you who come later and are watching this stream. We're all bound up in the same desire, which is not dependent on time, and I'm glad that you're with us. So everyone, carry that light, carry it in your heart, keep extending that light, and keep drawing it, not just for you, not just for us together, but really for the world. See you later.